Just no mother-in-law. Future mother-in-law and father-in-law taking financial advantage of fiancé. I make a pretty good living for someone my age, mid 6-figure salary at 22, and my fiancé doesn't do too bad either, around 30k at 21 in school. Before we were even engaged, my future father-in-law asked me for a loan to buy a truck due to his poor credit and high APRs. I agreed because I wanted to help out, knowing full well that there was a chance I'd never see the money again. Well, I was right. They never made the first payment. I decided not to pursue this, even though I put a lien on the truck and could easily repo it and chalked it up to a cheap lesson on how to handle finances with them in the future. Fast forward a bit, and I get a call from FFIL asking for another much larger loan. I respectfully decline and explain why, and he goes on say that FFMIL quit her job because she didn't like it and that it was stressful and they wouldn't be able to pay their bills without the loan. I apologized for their situation, but remained firm. Future mother-in-law calls me about 15 minutes after I get off the phone with FFIL trying to get me to agree, and I'm equally respectful but even more firm in my no answer. I suggest she try to get her job back or find different employment. This was about 2 weeks ago. On Friday my fiancé came home crying. I guess after I refused, they called her and played the parental guilt card. She took out a good chunk of her college savings to help them get by under the promise that it would be paid back. Friday was supposed to be the first payment, but instead she got an explanation of how it would be a bit before they could even talk about starting repayment. The reality of possibly being short on tuition money next year kicked in for her, and I really hate seeing her in such distress. Despite her pleas not to, I made the call to future father-in-law and bluntly stated in no uncertain terms that if they ever missed another payment to my fiancé I would be repossessing the truck to sell and refill her college savings. Unfortunately I was not as tactful this time. The words selfish, leech, and worthless were all used at least one time I believe. Was it wrong of me to do this? I could give her the money out of my own account without missing it much, but I feel they have crossed the line and need to take responsibility for playing their daughter. These type of parents floor me. My mother hates it. When I buy her a coffee, she wouldn't dream of asking me for a loan, much less obtaining said loan and giving BS excuses for not paying it back. Repossess the truck. Fornicate M. They haven't paid a cent to you, so you are well within your rights to take that truck back. Therapy for your partner pronto. They, the ILs, are financially and looks like mentally abusive, so counseling is needed to help sort through the mess and tools given for future situations. No, you weren't out of line. Your partner is lucky to have you fight for her until your partner learns to fight for themselves. My mother is the same. My father is deceased, and he left her very comfortable. However, I like to buy the coffees when we go out, and my mother is insistent that she be the one to pay. So thankful that I come from a family of financially independent people, including all my brothers, my son and his partner, and my parents. Very perfectly put. I was thinking the same things. Also, since the FMIL doesn't have a job, what is the need for the truck anyway? Assuming that she had her own car. Also, my mom is like yours. She has less, or about the same as I do, and still sends our little family goodies. I ask her to send me things from back home. Stuff I miss, and when I offer her money for shipping, and how much the stuff costs, she won't tell me. Before we were even engaged, my future father-in-law asked me for a loan to buy a truck due to his poor credit and high APRs. I agreed because I wanted to help out, knowing full well that there was a chance I'd never see the money again. Well, I was right. They never made the first payment. Once bitten, twice shy. Fast forward a bit, and I get a call from FFIL asking for another much larger loan. I respectfully decline and explain why, and he goes on say that FFMIL quit her job because she didn't like it and that it was stressful and they wouldn't be able to pay their bills without the loan. Future mother-in-law calls me about 15 minutes after I get off the phone with FFIL trying to get me to agree, and I'm equally respectful but even more firm in my no answer. I suggest she try to get her job back or find different employment. Not your problem. I agree. Beg for you job back, woman. I work in a convenience store inside a pharmacy and am considered essential. I have asthma and congestive heart failure. I went off to the ER with chest pains to cool my heels for 6 hours. For them to tell me I was stressed and dehydrated. I like my job most days, but the people that have been my customers are dropping like flies. That is stressful and disheartening. But I'm doing it, not being a baby about it. I guess after I refused, they called her and played the parental guilt card. She took out a good chunk of her college savings to help them get by under the promise that it would be paid back. Friday was supposed to be the first payment, but instead she got an explanation of how it would be a bit before they could even talk about starting repayment. Those lying bastards. They divided and conquered and broke the weakest link. Of course Fiance is not gonna see any of her money back. Despite her pleas not to, I made the call to future father-in-law and bluntly stated in no uncertain terms that if they ever missed another payment to my fiancé I would be repossessing the truck to sell and refill her college savings. Unfortunately I was not as tactful this time. The words selfish, leech, and worthless were all used at least one time I believe. Was it wrong of me to do this? Good on ya. F tactful. They are moochers, leeches, worthless, selfish and child parentals. Nope, it wasn't wrong of you to do. I might just repossess the truck anyways, before they sell it for a song. Honestly, I wouldn't have said anything. I would have just repossessed the truck. It was not wrong of you to do this. Good for you. They have absolutely crossed the line. And it is really sad that they put your fiance, their own daughter, in this position. But they don't care. They know she needs this money, but are being selfish. On another note, please talk to your fiance about finances. They will continue to do this. And she will likely never see this money, never loan money that you can't afford to lose. Also they might be sneaky and try, or have already tried to take out loans in her name. She should check her credit history and see if there are any fishy loans. You did the right thing by your fiance. She shouldn't have been pressured into giving up her tuition money because her parents suck with finances. I hope she realizes that she's lucky you have your back. You should have a talk with her about how it's important for her to put herself first if she wants to be able to live independently. She needs to be able to grow a spine and be able to say no to her parents, because you're right, they're literally leeching off of her. Also, when you do repo the truck, make sure you let your fiance know first. Give her enough time to prepare for the fallout, because there's a very good chance she will get caught in the crossfire. Finally, when her dad comes calling about the truck, you need only say fornicate you, pay her, and fornicate you, pay me. No matter what he or his wife says, he owes you both, and that's the only thing that matters here. Wow. That was beautiful. Lol. On a serious note though, her parents suck. Just sit down with your and talk her through your point and how she needs to take this as a learning lesson in that her parents are not financially trustworthy. You definitely shouldn't be refunding her account with your own money. That is probably what her parents were expecting to happen in the long run. Either their daughter would go without, or you'd step in and supplement/help her. Your promise to repo the truck is golden and gives them the option to either repay your or have something legally taken to ensure it happens. These people are parasites, and the sooner your fiancé realizes they are irresponsible users the better. The most concerning issue for you right now is whether your fiancé realizes this about her parents. It's one thing for people to fall on hard times through no fault of their own or even find themselves in a temporary jam. It's quite another to be reckless and irresponsible with your money. She needs to understand that they see dollar signs when they look at the two of you, and they will keep coming back to the well with zero shame, as long as either of you permit it or allow them to guilt, manipulate and lie to you. I've known people like this. They always have money for frivolous wants, but come begging when an inevitable and entirely predictable financial crisis arises. Responsible adults don't ask other people, particularly people young enough to be their children, for loans because they can't get their sh*t together. Responsible adults with bills to pay don't up and quit their jobs for stupid reasons because they think of their daughter's fiancé as their new cash cow. Does your fiancé understand that they have absolutely no intention of paying either of you back? They might make a token effort just to be able to say they tried, but that's about it. They may even repay her if you're forced it through threats of repossessing the truck. But will she be okay with you repossessing the truck? Or will her parents successfully continue to manipulate her? Is she on board with drawing a hard line in the sand that neither of you will loan them money ever again? If the answer to any of these questions is currently no, then you have a big problem to work out. Even if she says yes, now what happens when a catastrophe hits? One of them gets sick, they get evicted, etc. Because understand that's coming, and they will absolutely look to you save them. What will you, as a couple, do? This may require some premarital counseling and a plan. Good luck. Hey guys, Reddita here. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Don't forget to smash that "a guy fornicating hate myself for this." Smash that cowbell to get notified of when my new videos come out. Have to love the subscription button being useless for actually getting notifications on YouTube now. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful day. #McAfee for Monday Night Football.